817, KFYR 550, 99.7, your free iHeart app. Otherwise, secret word 840, win Todd's Toro, that snowblower from Kirkwood Ace, and KFYR 550 will be giving away December 14th. Stand by, guns to the 701 gentlemen enjoying the fluffy white stuff.
I'm not. I don't think Jamie's even got any down there in Florida.
No,
Florida?
There's none.
Yeah, cheater. Florida. Come on, wussy boy. You're a North Dakotan. Tough it out a little bit.
I'm not missing it, Todd. It's going to be 83 down here today and sunny. Wind at 9. So
I hope you burn.
I'm sitting on the bridge of a 60-foot plus sea cruiser here, doing the show with you guys.
Oh, somebody pushes you
on.
Oh, I know. We had 5 to 6 inches down here, and that's plenty for that first shot of winter, I guess.
Yeah. All right.
I heard.
Go ahead.
I was just going to say real quick, Todd. I heard the Halloween commercials here before we came on. And what's weird down here is it's like they don't do Halloween down here. I haven't seen any Halloween decorations or anything.
Well,
like
it's too warm. The chocolate melts in the snow when you give it to kids, or in the sun rather when you give it to kids. The chocolate melts. You can't do that.
It definitely would.
And the peeps. If you have peeps, they end up melting into one great big peep.
Oh,
one great big deformed peep. one. And okay, here we go. I'll just go ahead and say it. And if I get in trouble, I get in trouble. So be it. But it's the kind of peep that you look at and you decide not to have the peep, and then you have a peep abortion. Okay, there I said it.
My goodness.
I said it. All right, enough of that. Good God, I can't believe I did that. You guys are horrible influence on me. Hopefully the Blue Jays' Erik Swanson's a better influence on his young son. He takes him hunting. How about that?
Yeah, so speaking of birds, peeps are like little birds, right? I don't know.
Sure, go with it. Not if they've been sitting in the sun melting together. They're not. They're kind of just.
Yeah, I don't know much about baseball. I like home runs and the highlight reels, but Toronto Blue Jays pitcher Erik Swanson, like you said, took his young son that went goose hunting, took a picture with the dead geese there in front of him, and of course, people in Toronto didn't like that. Started giving him heck on social media. So he had to go on the social media platform X and respond to this Blog Toronto post. He said, he did a great response too. I love this. He said, "I'm an avid hunter and fisherman. I always will be. For the people who are asking me why I have my son with, I'm teaching him a very important life lesson, which is true. The beef, venison, poultry, fish, fruits, and vegetables all come from somewhere, not just a grocery store." Big shocker to a lot of people in Toronto. I'm quite certain of that. Yeah. Any lib anywhere really would be shocked by that. He goes on, now when he hunts and he harvests his own food, he knows exactly where his food is coming from and what's in it. Next time you go to the grocery store or restaurant, order something, and remember, it had to come from somewhere. Know what you're eating. Safe hunting to all. I got a nice little zinger in there at the end on him. I like that. So, yeah, that's great. I love it. Hey, a lot of people don't care what celebrities and athletes say, but I tell you what, when they come out and say something for our side and what's right, I appreciate that.
Well, that's just it. I mean, they deserve a little pat on the back when they're brave enough, because they're probably taking crap among themselves, but in their circle.
Yeah.
But,
there does seem to be a lot of baseball players that hunt and fish or do outdoor things that I pay attention to on sports. Some ex-football players do it, but a lot of them, I guess Carson Wentz, he does have his own hunting show, so I do give him credit for that. Even though he played for the Eagles, I'll forgive him for that, being a Cowboys fan, and the Redskins for that matter.
Oh, Cowboys fan, you got to be certainly proud of Dakota Prescott down there.
Yeah, well, we got Hunter Lepke on the team now.
I could chime in here because I know something about baseball. I can tell you something about Big Swanee, they call him, Erik Swanson. He's from the 701. He's got those lessons learned. He's from West Fargo.
Sweet. Awesome, man. Hey, that makes it even better.
Well, hang on now.
We got to get him on as a guest.
Do we count West Fargo as part of North Dakota, like real North Dakota?
That's it's West Fargo, so we will.
I mean, because you're getting dangerously close to Minnesota in territory that we are busy trying to figure out how to trade to Minnesota for some lakes to be named later.
I'm taking it, man. I appreciate that input, Jesse. That's good to know.
That is good. That is good. Guns of the 701 here at 822. Another opportunity to buy guns cheap in Texas, which I would think that, I mean, don't they hand them out when you're born there?
You'd think so, wouldn't you? I thought, I always read stories about gun buybacks and things and think, it's crazy, it's stupid. I don't get it. I don't know why you do it. But then we came across this article here talking about how it's from Dean Woodgarden. The guy, he makes a great point here. He says, go to these gun buyback things that are going on, and it's a great place to go around and privately ask people if they want to sell their guns, and you might get a heck of a deal. I never even thought about that. That's almost as genius as guys taking old rusted ones out or crappy guns they don't want. Take the money and then go buy a really nice one with that money. So it's just another way to kind of get back at it. El Paso, Texas, they haven't done one of these in 20 years, I understand. And they're using, get this, the American Rescue Plan Act funds to establish this program. It's going to take place this Saturday, October 28th. So get down there, private. If you're in Texas or close, go over there, guys, and try to buy these guns from people. But they're using funds. They're going to purchase gift cards, your tax dollars, to give to those who are voluntarily turning their guns in at these events. And I'm like, oh my goodness, you got to be kidding me.
Finally, tax revenue being used in a good way there, right? There you go.
Well, they're turning it around and making a negative a positive. And
that's what I mean. Yeah, exactly. So let them do it. The heck with it. Let them do it
now. Like I said, I looked at this. This is kind of a great idea. Go in there and start talking to people standing in line, offer them some money, see if they'll take it, and see if one of the three types of buyers that this guy classified is interested. Of course, you're always going to get your ideologues that want every gun destroyed on Earth. You're never going to get them to sell. But those that inherited guns, didn't know what they were, didn't want them, hey, you might make a deal, so we'll get a cheap gun.
Okay, then I demand all the bows and arrows get destroyed and all the rocks get destroyed, and you get where I'm going with this, right?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Guns of the 701. We've got more coming up. It's 8:25. Guns of the 701. The elephant in the room. The thing in Maine. Is it going to be a whole get the guns grab now? I mean, it's terrible that. And it was weird that when the story first came out, it was the bowling alley, the bar, and a Walmart. And I'm thinking, oh, that sounds like a joke.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I've been hearing some other things too. Go ahead, Jamie.
I was just going to say kind of what Todd's saying. They first said 20 people were dead and 30 injured, and now it's 18 and 13 injured, which doesn't make it any better. But
well, three are critical, so we may not be out of the woods there. That could end up being right, but anyway.
Yeah, you never know.
Kind of why I didn't want to shut. One of the reasons I didn't want to bring it up so much today is because there's so many details that aren't really true out there I'm finding out. I did kind of learn that it sounds like two of the places that this guy went to were gun-free zones, of course. Imagine that.
How'd that work out, huh?
Working great. And, like the guy, supposedly he's a trained firearms expert. I guess the National Guard out there has come out and said they don't have any record of him being trained. So I don't know what's true and what isn't. We'll kind of let this play out.
Well, he did the mental health thing supposedly and stuff. So is it going to be next thing you know, everybody that's on Prozac or something can't? Because I'm sorry, I'm not willing to loop them all in. I'm just not. That's an oversimplification. No.
There's even one report that says that he just had brand new hearing aids, got brand new hearing aids and some kind of high-powered thing in it. And after that, his family says he started hearing voices. Well, like I said, I don't know what's true and what isn't. And, oh, my goodness.
That's why I keep telling my wife to put her hearing aids in so she can hear voices, for crying out loud.
Voices, right? It's pretty crazy what's happening.
Anyway.
Well, and then, on the commercial break there, Todd, I heard Fox News say that, the guy's son died trying to go at this murderer with a knife. Well, if you own a business, I don't care what business it is, you should have a gun in there to defend the patrons of your business. So he went at the guy with a knife, and the guy had a gun. I mean, your odds of winning that are slim and none. And unfortunately, this guy didn't didn't win that one. So, stay strapped if you can carry. Get training with your gun. If you own a business, I personally feel it's your duty as a business owner when people are in there to protect those people. And if you're not going to hire a security guard, have yourself a gun and know how to use it, because something like this can happen anywhere. Happen in Maine, it can happen in Bismarck, it can happen where I'm at, down here in DeSantisville. It can happen anywhere. You got to be ready for stuff like this. Don't be ignorant to reality, people, because it can happen anywhere, and it just did again, unfortunately.
Absolutely. I do know one place it won't happen. Lauer Auto Repair down there in 309 South Washington.
Oh, for God's sakes.
That's right. That's right.
Nice plug, right?
Yeah, I keep putting DeSantisville in my GPS, and it comes up blank. What the?
The whole state of Florida, Todd.
That too, huh?
The whole state of Florida is DeSantisville.
Oh,
Re-elected with a record number of re-election percentage.
Okay. All right, so what is your deer bullet of choice? Soft point, ballistic tip, hollow point, FMJ, and it doesn't look like FMJ is getting very many votes in your poll.
Yeah, Clay and I got a poll on our Facebook page. We do one about every other week, Clayton. How many people do we get voting on this before we break this down?
Well, so far 60 votes, but I think we ought to leave this go over the weekend and see where it comes out when we come back next week.
Well, yeah. Look for Guns of the 701 on Facebook and vote in their poll over the weekend or today, and we'll visit it next week and follow up.
Right now, we got
2 weeks from the day
votes
zero
going on this. Yeah, absolutely. And soft points coming in at 41%, ballistic tip at 50%, hollow points at 3%, full metal jackets at 1%, and everything is a deer bullet percent. I like that one.
Still back from the mayor.
You're missing a choice on there, by the way. My wife's SUV.
Yeah, vehicles. There we go. Oh, that's
my personal choice. I didn't vote. I put in the comment, but I do use ballistic tips. A lot of people don't. They do too much damage. But I tell you what, I've never had a bullet that finishes a deer off quicker with a good shot. Of course, I don't care what bullet you use. You need a good shot. But the ballistic tips, for me, have been the best. And soft points would be my second choice. I've never used hollow points. I mean, they do make like the Winchester and some other ones make like the hollow point deer bullet. FMJ's never. And if anybody listens to the live stream or our podcast and you hear Travis commenting, Travis, he voted for the full metal jacket, Clay. If you didn't, Travis doesn't even hunt. He owns the guns, but he doesn't hunt. But he does crazy stuff like that.
He keeps it interesting. There's no doubt about that.
Yeah. So Clayton, what's your bullet of choice there?
I use my primary one I use, which is in my 270, is a soft point. Mainly because when we were building that load several decades ago, it seems like it was the one that flew the best and did the best. So that's why we went with it. It grouped the best, and I've had no issues with it. I can't say anything else about it other than it's been a great bullet.
Mm-hmm.
I've been using a Hornady bullet for, literally 20 plus years, probably closer to 30 years out of that gun, and I love it. I gotta say, I've used ballistic tips and other firearms. I haven't had any trouble with it. I've never used a hollow point, never will. I can you imagine if you hit an actual bone with a hollow point, what that's going to do? It probably is not even going to penetrate, depending on what you're shooting.
I mean,
I will say
that's the problem with ballistic
metal
tips,
jacket.
too. A ballistic tip's kind of like a hollow point, in my opinion. You hit a bone or something, so I mean, it will. I have hit bones and it goes through, but your bullet definitely blows apart more if you hit a bone. But it transfers so much energy inside of there, it just wrecks everything. And
well, if you really want to wreck everything, then what you do is you take my wife's Toyota. I mean, she wants a new Buick from Schwann Buick GMC Cadillac Memorial Highway that's ripping Mandan. And I keep telling her, well, all you got to do is hit a deer with your Toyota and try to do it on the road. I mean, don't go chasing it off some cornfield or something.
Yeah, see, Todd, the problem with that is, other than the cost of your insurance, is you're going to wreck a bunch of meat. So a lot of people are like real big meat hunters.
I'm just looking to replace the vehicle. I don't give a damn about the meat on this one. This isn't about meat on this particular instance. This is about vehicle. No, I know. There's not a whole lot left of the deer, and you don't want to scrape it off the hood. So I get that.
I do have to add this. Full metal jacket, though, coming out of a 50 BMG should work just fine, too.
Well, you're going to give that a try, aren't you, Clay, this fall?
We're going to try to. We're going to try to. I got tags, and I got plenty of does here to give it a whirl. I really, now that it's legal in North Dakota, I'm all game for it, no doubt about it.
Guns of the 701 here at KFYR. You know what else they're going to do? They're going to be in Denver in mid-2024. Not because they have free gummies over there either, or whatever. Or are they having free gummies at this deal with the NRA? I don't know.
We might have to ask them. I'll give it a go. Yeah. Go ahead, Clayton. Why don't you take this one?
Yeah, it's a Range Development and Operations Conference. It's been around forever. They kind of a new twist on it, though, since I've been with them. But yeah, they're going to do this in Denver in 2024. They're bringing them in. It's designed to kind of educate people the potential and current range their operations and seeing what the issues would be associated with actually running, building, and operating a new range. And we were doing that even when I was a rep, and I've been gone from there. I retired in 2016, so it's been a few years. But this has been a big thing in their range operations department in NRA. There's a ton of money available usually for this, and I think it's a great thing. They're going to go there. They can learn. It's $500 to attend it. That's all inclusive. If you go to NRA's Range Services, hit rangeservices.nra.org, and you're going to find everything you need to be, get registered and see what it's about. You learn how to business plan it, the EPA lead standards, which, guys, aren't as bad as you think. Everyone's always afraid of that when building a range. It's not near as bad as you think. I can tell you that from firsthand experience. Learn the construction for both. You're going to learn both outdoor and indoor ranges. Your sound abatements, appliances for, say, ADA and other things. Ventilation's a bigger thing. When you're getting an indoor range, like when we were doing the ranges up in Minot and Fargo and those areas, even the Bismarck one up there, ventilation's huge because you don't want that lead contamination inside. And, of course, like I said, there's funding and grants through NRA Foundation and other programs. But, yeah, go ahead, Jamie.
No, I was just going to say, a lot of people think, just lead is toxic. It's the fumes from the lead, really. You can, like I said it before, if I eat a bowl full of lead bullets, I'm going to have a stomach ache, but it's not going to kill me.
You think?
Yeah.
You know what else is not a good idea? Antifreeze.
No.
Off the radiator of my wife's Toyota. I'm thinking, no, honey, just trade it in at Schwann and get a Buick. Don't wreck it on a deer. You don't get to keep any meat in.
The Buick will kill them deer a lot more ethically than a foreign car will too. So
there you go, made in the USA. Assembled.
That's got to be the strangest argument that's going to be brought up in iHeart all day. Is it more ethical to kill a deer with a Buick than a Toyota?
Absolutely.
I wish we had time for folks to call and respond, but I'm out of time. But I got it. Well, make sure you vote in the Guns in the 701 poll on their Facebook page. Which deer bullet is, and they'll type in Toyota or Buick or whatever for that one. No,
I fully expect it.
That probably would sway too many sarcastic votes. You probably don't want to put that as a choice, or too many people would be picking that out of sarcasm. Wednesday night, next vid.
Yep, 6 o'clock p.m. Mountain Time, 7 o'clock Central. I think we got a pretty good show lined up for you guys. And Jamie will be back on air in the state of in 701. He'll be here. He won't be down in Florida anymore. So looking forward to that. And, of course, you don't want to miss this episode and all of our episodes on Friday and Wednesday on iHeart.com. Best podcast out there.
No, I got somebody that's asking you, so if Florida's DeSantisville, does that make North Dakota Bergenville?
He did win by a large margin, so I guess we're going to have to go yes on that.
Technically, it probably does. We'll see if he carries the state when that happens. All right, guys, thanks a lot.
You bet, Todd. Talk to you next week.
Guns to the 701 Fridays, about 8:15 or so here on KFYR.